Hello there, and welcome to the Alison Film Podcast, where we talk film, TV, games, and all that jazz. Let this know tomorrow. This week, we're talking about fantastic beasts and where to find them. My name is Chom. My name is Chom. Apparently, my name is Tom, and as always, I'm joined with my co-host John.
Hey, how you doing, John?
It's me, Chom.
Yeah,
That's the real
yes,
name,
yes.
apparently. So yeah, fantastic beasts. Full spoilers ahead. Preparing for the third film, we're gonna do both of them. I want to just start out and just ask, what are your thoughts on Harry Potter, just in general?
I think it's a good book series or film series that I enjoyed watching. There's some great moments that I realized, and I thought it was very, very memorable. But Fantastic Beasts, why?
No, I'm inclined to agree with you. I've always been somewhat of a Fantastic Beasts apologist, and I don't think that this film is completely worthless. I think there's a lot to like here, but it just, yeah, it definitely feels, it's not trying to be the same thing as Harry Potter at all,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
feel like it does lose some of the magic in it. Like the way that I can describe this film is beige. Oh my god, this film
It
doesn't have a
is.
lick of color in it. There's a
No.
there's a moment at the end. You know the end when they let the Thunderbird out,
Oh,
so he can
Frank the Thunderbird.
Frank, iconic character. He comes out and he's supposed to be all golden, but he's not. He's just beige. Everything is different tones of beige and orange and yellow.
It
And
is. Oh my god, yeah, with everything that you're seeing, like the pastries with
yes,
at the end, yeah, and it's just like so boring with the mise en scène. I mean,
yeah.
it's cool what they've done with the CGI, with like what they did at the end, but it's the same
Mhm.
like Harry Potter. And the weird part about this film, okay, there were some great bits that I liked in this film,
Mhm.
but in sense, if you put this all together alongside with Harry Potter, with like Grindelwald, Albus Dumbledore, and then leading up to Harry Potter, it feels like a spin-off that no one really thought about, but it was so weird. And it's based on a book that it's just like a guide on where to find them. So
Yes. Well, originally this film was going to be like a documentary set in the universe, which would like tell about a load of animals. But then J.K. Rowling was like, I've got 5 scripts for 5 movies. And that's what it became. It just became
five,
this 5. Yeah.
five.
So we got 2 more after Secrets of Dumbledore.
No, no, no.
Yeah.
I thought the third one's the final one.
No, John. There's two
No.
more.
No.
But this film is it's so, I mean, it says it in the title of the video, it's so inconsistent. There are two
Yes.
different like avenues. There's the oh fun, we've got to get the beasts back and we're having fun shenanigans, and there's also like child abuse and brutal
Oh.
murder and
Oh.
wizard Hitler. It's like the two really don't mesh well together,
Yeah.
especially in the middle, in the second act. It's so jarring.
Yeah. Like one time you're like, look, it's a really cute animal, and then it just goes into really dark topics. So yeah, it doesn't really balance well. And I just forgot like the really dark stuff. Like when watching it, it's just like, oh, and it just ruins the atmosphere as well.
See, I like both of them, but not together. It's like, pick
Yeah.
one. What are we doing here? Is this going to be like a fun film about beasts, or is it, the dark stuff? And we will talk about this in a couple of weeks, but Crimes of Grindelwald really does go in the other direction, and it focuses almost entirely on the dark stuff. Yeah, I feel like there are some really good things in this film. I think the cast, it's a great cast.
Oh,
Like,
it's a great cast.
Eddie
Yes.
Redmayne kills it as Newt Scamander. I love him so much. He really sells the awkwardness and his feeling that he can't connect with people, but then when he's with the beasts and the animals, he comes alive. Like, the whole sequence in the suitcase is one of the
Mm.
best sequences. There's color for once. Whoa. What a twist.
Whoa.
There's
Blue.
like
Whoa. Green.
green. The CGI is really good in the melding of practical effects. It all looks so good, and I think he really comes alive in that.
And there's some great moments with the animals, not with the animals, with the beasts.
The dangerous
Um,
beasts.
oh, the dangerous beasts. And what was the one bit that I really liked? Oh yeah, with that massive. I can't remember the names. The bird is a massive like snake bird that
The
like
Occamy.
the Akami.
Yeah.
How do you know that? Of course you are. You're a Harry Potter fan anyway. Uh,
Honestly, I lived this film since it came out in 2016. I've watched it so many times. Like, it's actually insane. I've watched it so many times that the girl at the orphanage who sings that song while she's doing hopscotch.
yeah.
I know the song. I know the words. So how many times I've watched this
No,
film?
you don't. You don't.
Yeah.
You
I'm
must
so
be kidding,
sorry.
right?
No, I'm
Oh
sorry. I was
God.
watching it last night. And literally realizing that I knew all the words, and I was just like, this is too far. We have definitely gone too far
Bro,
in some
you
places.
could have recited the all of Ghostbusters, but you recited that.
Hey, I could do both. I could recite Ghostbusters and then all the Fantastic Beasts. But I think a lot of the center of the film is the characters, especially I think two of the best parts of the film are Jacob and Queenie. Jacob
Oh
is
yes,
so good to have the
it
Muggle perspective on any of this. Dan Fogler is so likable, and the romance that builds between those two is one of the strongest parts of the film.
yes, I agree. And that dinner scene where she makes that pastry thing. I
Strudel.
don't
It's a
know.
strudel, man. I've
It's
got
a
it
strudel.
in
Oh
I've
my
got it. I've
God.
got a Lego version of it. It came with her minifigure.
Oh yeah, you took mine. I remember. You took my. Never mind.
No,
Anyway,
I didn't. No, you're wrong. We
I
traded.
remember years ago.
You
Years ago, we
yeah,
traded.
I
I
gave
remember
you one
now.
of her and you gave me your
I remember
Jacob.
now. Wait, actually, do I have a? I do have newts. Yeah. Anyway, with that whole dinner scene with Queenie making this strudel, and then this whole like chemistry between the two characters is just great. That is the strongest part of the film, and we've never seen like with the Muggle and the Wizard like coexisting, and it's a great experimentation that I saw in the film. But yeah, very interesting. I really like that. But the film itself.
Check this out that I've just sent you.
Oh my God! Of course you
I
are. Of
I
course
have
you're
them
gonna.
all. I have
Oh
all
my
of the
God! Yes.
figures.
What does it say in the middle? Welcome to
It
Diagon
says
Alley.
welcome to Diagon Alley. It came in the Diagon Alley set. Lego Harry Potter, everyone. Please,
Hagrid.
Lego,
Wow,
make a third
guys.
CMF.
Wait, is
Yeah.
that Luna with the?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
oh,
There's two
oh,
Lunas in there. Yeah.
oh, great.
Content, everyone. Content. I'll put that in the video so everyone can admire it. But yeah, I think
Oh my
one of
God.
the best part, like the ending, I think is so well done. When Queenie and Jacob say goodbye to each other, it is incredibly, incredibly emotional. It's
Yeah.
gut-wrenching. And when she comes back at the end, it's such a sweet moment and so tear-jerking. I mean, I gotta say, the best part of this film, without a shadow of a doubt, is the score. Oh my God, the score is so good. James Newton Howard is on fire.
Oh yeah, you did this. I remember. Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
You did
he's
this
so
film.
good.
Yeah, you did really well with Lord of the Rings, Hobbit. But yeah,
You're
you did.
you're thinking of Howard Shaw. James Newton Howard did the Dark Knight trilogy with Hans Zimmer and probably other things too.
Oh, never mind. Just carry on.
There's too many Howards in the business for you. Let's have a look. James Newton Howard. I want to say that he worked on Pirates
What
of the
the
Caribbean
heck? He's
2.
worked on The Hunger Games. I've
Oh.
watched The Hunger Games, and
He did
I don't
Raya and the
know.
Last Dragon last year. We did an episode on that. That was
Oh,
another great score.
oh.
He definitely
Are
worked
you
on the Dark
seeing what?
Knight. Am I seeing what
No.
you're
Are
saying?
you
Seeing? I don't know. What are you seeing?
just go to 2011?
2011. All right. I don't want to go back to 2011, John. It was a dark time. Green Lantern. Oh no. I don't remember the score for that film. It might have been good. We don't know.
I just can remember Ryan Gosling just like the darkest day.
Ryan Gosling was not in. Wrong man. Do you mean Ryan Reynolds, John?
Yes. My brain.
Don't do Ryan Gosling dirty like that.
Come on, Ryan Gosling's great. He's gonna be in that film, The Grey Man.
Another great movie. I have no idea when it's coming out.
It's coming out 2022. Wow. Oh, July.
July. Hello. Is it coming out at the same time as Bullet Train? Bullet Train is 15th of July.
Oh.
Anyway, Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened there. But
sorry,
yeah, James Newton Howard, his score I think is absolutely amazing. It takes some great elements from the Harry Potter franchise, but it also adds some amazing themes. You got your character themes, and I think they all work really well with different variants on them. And he did the Crimes of Grindelwald one, and he's gonna do Secrets of Dumbledore as well, which is great news. I love it when there is consistency in the music and stuff, and I think that is Oh,
Yes.
so good.
Yes. Going back to characters as well, there's
Mhm.
Colin Farrell. Not Colin, it is Colin Farrell, right?
It is Penguin.
Hey, I was about to say someone else. I thought I said this one name because it's Colin Firth and Colin Farrell. My
You did
brain.
that last week as well. Maybe that's just it.
Oh my god.
Maybe we didn't. Maybe we never knew that Colin Firth and Colin Farrell are one and the same.
Oh my god. We haven't seen them together in one room. Oh my god.
Oh.
We must investigate this further by talking about this for 25 minutes. Anyway, yeah, so Colin Powell was really good in this role of I forgot the name. But come on, he's don't tell me. Don't tell me. I can remember the name.
I won't
I
tell
can
you.
remember. Okay.
Sure you can.
My brain okay, my brain just died. Just tell me.
It's Graves.
Oh, Graves, that was the name.
So he works for MACUSA, the American Ministry of Magic, and I think that he's a really good villain, like
Yeah.
genuinely really threatening, and like at the end, I love it when he is just wailing on Newt. I'm in Star Wars mode right now. Luke Skywalker. He's absolutely like he's just throwing spells at Newt, and Newt is on the ground, and he's just like trying to defend himself, but he's like got this power and this ferocity and this like anger beneath the surface, and he's so good in that role. And
Yeah.
it's kind of annoying that they then replace him with Johnny Depp. Like I don't dislike Johnny Depp as Grindelwald, but I think Colin Farrell does a better job as Graves.
Ah, yes. He was really good as Graves in that one. And the way that in that scene where he reveals that there's an Obscurus in Newt's place, the
Case.
bag in his
Bag.
bag. Ah,
His bag.
suitcase. Yeah, suitcase. There we go, suitcase. My brain just could not register that anyway. I don't know why. Anyway, so with that whole bit, like he was very intimidating, very different what we see in Colin Farrell, and he was great. And I really liked him. And you know what you said at the end, where he was just like, "Fight against the Muggles. They can't see this." And everyone's like, "What? We don't want to." Are you okay? Are you okay, Graves? And he just starts fighting.
We should probably kill this guy.
Yeah, we should kill this guy.
It's a little bit dangerous.
He's a little bit tomfoolery against society.
Wow, what a way to describe it. But no, I agree with you. The scene in the Ministry of Magic, or the MACUSA, I think is really cool because you get the whole him showing those sides of himself, those darker sides, and the whole reveal that he is Grindelwald at the end is a pretty cool one. But you don't really get to see much of Grindelwald in this film. Like Johnny Depp's performance. We'll talk about that more when we do Crimes of Grindelwald. But I think that the American Ministry of Magic, MACUSA, is quite cool. The scene where they go in for the first time and Tina is like arresting Newt, and the camera pans into like the Muggle building and then back out again. And then when they go in, you see the MACUSA. And again, James Newton Howard has that amazing score. I think it's a really, really cool moment. And I don't think this film is without its magic. There are just really cool bits of magic, but there's also this really dark stuff. And the thing is, in Harry Potter, it eases you in. The dark stuff kind of slowly comes in, around Prisoner of Azkaban kind of time. In this film, straight away, it's just like, this is fun, but also witchcraft and abuse of children and all that stuff, which makes the scenes where, like, one of my least favorite sequences is in the zoo, because on one hand, you've got this really dark Obscurus killing the senator and this state of terror and emergency in MACUSA. And on the other hand, you've got Newt and Jacob running through a zoo with an erumpent that wants to have sex with Jacob or something, whilst Newt is performing a mating dance. Like, those two things just don't mix well together.
It just doesn't age well with like throughout the film. And it just ruins like the feeling of it, because you can't have the dark stuff and the happy stuff, like the comedic stuff, like next to each other. That's just going to ruin everything, really. Just how you're going to feel towards the characters. And like, oh, Newt Scamander was just dancing for his life and trying to do that maid dance, and then we get to see dark stuff. And
it's a similar problem that you get in the later Harry Potter films, especially in Half-Blood Prince. The clashing of tones, and once the films decide to go with the dark tones, so the final act of Half-Blood Prince or like the final act of Fantastic Beasts, I think it's much stronger. And I just don't think David Yates at this point has has made 7 Wizarding World films. He came in for Order of the Phoenix and he did the rest of the Harry Potter films. And now he's done 3 Fantasy Beasts films. And I think he's getting tired, honestly. In this film, you can tell, like, the direction is nowhere near as interesting as it was in Order of the Phoenix. As I've said, the color, there is no color. Like, I feel like we need someone else to direct it, to inject some life into the franchise in a way that Alfonso Cuarón did in Harry Potter. Not that Harry Potter was lifeless, but do you know what I mean?
Yes. Just want to talk about like the film's pacing and the whole like feeling of the film. It just feels like a bit empty, if you know what I mean. Like throughout the film, you get to follow these characters, but there's like less and less scenes with like, you know, with Queenie and Jacob. That was a great scene together. Like you see them there, but then you don't see that, I think, like later on.
We begin to jump about a bit, and no, it's difficult because this film is called Fantasy Beasts, and you're creating that, like, you have to have beasts in it, right? Like that's a problem with Crimes of Grindelwald. There ain't any fucking beasts. But like,
if you don't have any beasts in it, I'm gonna be mad. Can we have the Niffler, please? And just
we got the Niffler, we got the Demiguise, we got the Occamy, we got the Erumpent, we got the Thundercat, whatever, the Thunderbird, the Murtlap.
Don't forget Frank's name.
I'll never forget Frank. God bless you, Frank, you beautiful boy.
Frank. What was that stick thing again?
Picket the Bowtruckle.
Oh, Picket. Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah, Picket's nice. Again, I think the scenes of Newt and the Beasts are really good, but I just think that so like Queenie and Tina take in Jacob and Newt, and then Jacob and Newt leave for this 10-minute sequence where they, you know, they're in the zoo. And yeah, you do get some like bonding between Jacob and Newt, but that's not bonding that couldn't have happened inside the case. You could basically take out that whole section and it doesn't really affect anything. And I think my problem is that you're right, because these guys are off doing their own thing, therefore you don't get to see them interacting with, you know, the other characters. And so people like Queenie and Tina are kind of pushed to the side a little bit. And then we kind of go into this wizarding state of emergency. It's all just a lot going on and not enough focus on everything at one time.
Yeah, and it just felt like unbalanced. As we know, it's very unbalanced throughout the film. The dark tones and the comedic tones with the characters as well. It's very out of place and just felt weird. It's weird. Fantastic Beasts is weird. There you go.
Yeah,
got that.
Boom, we did it.
What else?
Let's talk about Credence. I think that.
Oh yeah, Credence. Yeah.
I think Credence might be the strongest part of the film. I really like him as a character. I think he's so interesting. You know, the abuse that he struggles with, and him suppressing his idea. The idea of an obscurus is an amazing one. Like, what a cool concept that young witches and wizards suppress their powers and they come out in fiery bursts. And the way that Macusa just deals with him being, oh, he's a problem. We kill, we shoot, like, instead of trying to talk him down like Newt. It's a really simple but effective way of showing the differences between them. And the way that Graves uses Credence and doesn't understand his true power, and the way that he lashes out throughout the film and at the end, I think it's really good. And Ezra Miller, as we know, great actor, well done, good job. I think he's a really strong part of the film.
Yeah, I agree. Like how he performed as Credence was amazing. I can't even describe it. Well, amazing. A very good detail of acting.
Good job. Well done, everyone.
Good job, everyone.
Gold star.
Yes. I thought he saw the performance really well, and it must be really hard to like perform as, you know, like something one of the beasts, you know, and obscurus, and that must be really hard to do. But yeah, he did really well.
Yeah, I wonder how involved he was. Like, do you think Ezra Miller was just wearing a mocap suit and just going crazy, just like with his arms? Or do you think they just
and then no, you can see like in the green screen, you can see his like arms like flailing about, like you can see that, and then it's just like Colin Powell was trying to talk to him, and then he's like, no, go away, and then just like arms flailing about in the air, and then just like still going crazy.
Yeah, and then he kind of dies, but he doesn't die because he's alive or whatever.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to end with. Like, oh look, it's the obscurus. It's there. It's
apparently there was a deleted scene at the end where Credence like boards a boat. So they always knew that he was going to survive. And obviously you see like a little bit of his dark matter kind of like escaping at the end after he's killed. But yeah, no, it's weird. It's weird the backpedaling that the second one does. Again, we'll talk about this more when we talk about Crimes of Grindelwald, but this film, the story is over for me. The Grindelwald story will continue,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
Newt's story's over, Tina's story, Jacob and Queenie, it all ends on a really interesting and satisfying note. And maybe this series would have been better as an anthology, where the ongoing tale is the tale of the first Wizarding War, of Grindelwald, of Dumbledore, but each film brings in someone new. Think about no, this is Fantastic Beasts. Think about Planet of the Apes, the new trilogy. Every film has different humans in it, but each one is about the tale of the apes and Caesar and Maurice. You could tell a really interesting story where the villain remains the same and the conflict is getting wider, but each time we're dealing with different corners of the world and different characters. It feels like in the second one, it begins to grasp at straws because they tied up the narrative so well in this film.
Yes, and it just felt like a huge ending to the story. Like when I was watching back in 2016, I was like, "Wow, that's a good ending. I hope we don't get another one."
How about we get 4 more? Do you want 4
Yes,
more? How does that sound?
four more, 4
Is
more.
everyone okay? Everyone cool with that? I'm not hearing a no.
More. But how long is until Crimes of Grindelwald? When did that come out? 2019?
2018.
2018.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they did, yeah, it's because they did like 2016 and then 2018 and then 2022. They had a bit of a break in which most people stopped caring. So like,
yeah,
it's interesting to see. Well, because this film is fully written by J.K. Rowling. Now, we're not going to get into anything about J.K. Rowling, but
yeah, we know.
Let's not get into that. But yeah, not a good person in some ways. But
No.
I think as a writer, still she's got skills. Obviously, there's no denying that. But
she's got skills.
She's got skills, man. She can do a kickflip on a skateboard.
She's got
she
skills.
Can't. She's not.
She can do
I don't think J.K. Rowling.
Like landing on the trying to sound like Tony Hawk. Like, yeah, she's got skills. Anyway, yeah.
But this is all her. And I just don't think she's as good as writing a film and the pacing of a film. And this is a fairly well-paced movie. But yeah, she's not as good as writing that as she would be a book. Again, this is so much more evident in The Crimes of Grindelwald. And in the new one, Secrets of Dumbledore, it's not just written by her. It's co-written by Steve Kloves, who did the Harry Potter films. So like, who knows how that will change things. I want to also say that I think the world building is really good. We're not just going back to Hogwarts. Instead, we're exploring America. Like, what does America look like?
America.
Fuck yeah! I just saluted. No one can see me. Why did I salute America?
You did not. You just did not.
Yeah,
you thought
it's America, John. It's home of the Mets. Let's go Mets.
Let's go Mets. It's the Mets, baby. Let's go.
Oh yeah.
My God. Yeah, that's a really interesting take on to explore America in 1926. And it's a bit weird because 1926 is very close to the Wall Street crash in October 1929. So
cool. This is something that when I was watching this, it's like this film does not show the booming 20s, before the crash. Again, it's got no color. It's got no personality, which is weird because a lot of the characters, like the side characters, are written with personality, but it doesn't come through.
The side characters is not better.
Like last week we talked about the Batman. Check the video out. We loved it. That film shows you don't need loads of color to make things interesting, but that film uses darkness and shadow, and it's a very dark film in terms of the tone, and it's shot incredibly. But this film, it doesn't do anything with darkness. It feels like it's all just like on the same 1 or 2 streets of New York. There's no life, and even when there is life, it feels muted in the way that it's shot.
Yeah, it's just so weird. Like what they did with like the time period, it felt like you're watching it in the 60s, but then you realize, oh, this is like in the 20s with all the buildings. It just didn't feel like the 1920s at all. It just feels weird.
If anything, it feels like it's supposed to be wartime. Like it would, if you told me this film is set during the First World War, it would make more sense because it feels so grim. But like there was more hope in this period.
Yes, with like everyone was like, yeah, we don't want no more war, and then 1926, which was like an era of, well, very close to the era of depression. So no wonder why this film was grim. But as you said, but yeah,
Yeah, well, but that's the thing. If this film is so close to depression, why didn't you show us? Why isn't the film showing us people struggling in both the magical community and in the nomad community or whatever? It just...
I'm just having a thought about like what the depression would be like in the wizarding world. Like, you know, the economy just hit, and everyone's like relying on the muggles. Like, no, our economy, we gotta do something. And then they go to the bank, and then everyone's like at the bank, and then they just go like, we need everything now. That's what they did. Like, they'd go to the banks and try and do that.
To be fair, like the jobs in the wizarding world are so specific. It's like, okay, here's what you can do. You can fight evil, you can be a teacher, or you can like work for government or like run a shop. Like that's what you can do. Like there's not a lot of room for like loads of different jobs. So you can't even work in a bank because all the workers of the bank are goblins. It's like, yeah, you can be a liaison, but nobody trusts you because they're all goblins. It's like,
yeah, the goblins they'll do everything, and yeah, that would be interesting. Like they would just struggle and everything. And then here's the thing: if they put the film in October 1929 or like a bit later, that would show like some hope at the end. So that would be really good, you know, like to bring some hope into it. But I don't know. But
well, I think this series is going to go into World War II, because according to like the history of Harry Potter, Dumbledore and Grindelwald have their legendary battle in 1945. So it seems like they're going to tackle the Second World War. Yay.
Wow.
Just what I wanted.
This is going to be like Kingsman again.
No, it won't be as good as Kingsman.
Rasputin, let's go. We're going to see
Rasputin my God.
Again. Oh, no, that's in the First World War.
I just realized, John, Rasputin was like a wizarding monk. Hear me out. What if Rasputin was actually a wizard and they brought him into this? I know he's supposed to be dead at this point, but how cool would that be? I'm not hearing a no.
Oh my God. Wait.
It's beautiful.
Imagine.
Come on. Oh that would be so cool.
Wait, was he actually a wizarding monk in the books or in the lore?
No, but they should do that. Like,
they should.
I don't think that's canon, but it should be. Maybe it's canon to Cursed Child. I don't like Cursed Child. It's not good.
I can't believe you just went back to Cursed Child. Like
that's all I've got, John.
That nobody wants to talk about.
I got rid of it. I got rid of the book. Finally, I'm proud of myself.
I don't know where the book is. I don't have it in my shelf. I don't have it in my bookshelf next to me.
It's probably been burned. You know, at my high school, they started teaching Cursed Child in English. Like, you're really gonna choose. Like, normally schools teach like Shakespeare or poems. You're choosing Harry Potter and the Cursed Child over that.
That is
really
worse. That is worse than learning poetry and Shakespeare. That is just like, okay, I don't mind Shakespeare or the poems, unless the poems are like really crap or something like that, like talks about love or don't know. But there's one great one, Ozymandias.
Ozymandias. Yeah. I loved poetry. It was great. You got like remains. Any GCSE student living in England listening to this is having flashbacks right now.
Yes. If you did like love and relationships, there were some really good ones. There was one called Porphyria's Lover, and that was a really good story. And it's a very dark story as well. And it's a long poem. It's only 2 pages. And it's really good. Like how you can see like the imagery of the poem, and it's great.
Cool.
Yeah. Why on earth are you doing Cursed Child? Like that is just.
I don't know.
Imagine they just like do like the worst book. I don't know what book that would be.
There are people out there who want to see a film about Cursed Child. Like
a film.
Yeah, a single film. Let's just make a film. Like, no, people want to do a film adaptation of Cursed Child, which I think would be interesting.
No. Really?
Well, no, it wouldn't be good. It would be interesting. Like, how do they do it? Because it's not a good story. Like, because Cursed Child is split into 2 parts, so they make 2 films. Like, it would be interesting, but I can't think of something I would less want to see. But there is a calling for this film, Fantastic Beasts. It grossed 800 million worldwide. So there is definitely some interest in making more of these because, the Wizarding World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just remembering how terrible that book was. Like,
bad book.
I just didn't know what was the main point of the story was. Was it just
time travel? They changed history multiple times, which doesn't make any sense, but that's fine.
Wait, how did they go back in time? Oh, with that stupid. No, yeah, with that.
They
thing.
use a time turner and then they bring back Cedric Diggory, and it doesn't make any sense because time turners don't work that way because it's a closed loop because of the Patronus. It doesn't matter. Ah.
I mean, they brought Patterson back, so
that's it. We make Cursed Child a movie just so you bring back Robert Patterson and de-age him. This is it.
Yeah.
We're gonna de-age all the actors. God, I can't think of anything worse.
Oh my God, what was the main story?
That was it. That's the main story. Harry Potter's son is jealous of his dad, so he goes back in time and he stops his dad from winning the Triwizard Tournament.
Oh,
I know, it's amazing.
That's why I threw away the book.
It's a bad book. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up before we go into further on Cursed Child. What are you going to give Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them out of 10? 5. All right. I'll be a little bit more positive. I'm going to go 7. I used to love this film. It's not as good, but it's beige, okay? I'm sorry. There's no color in this film, and it really annoys me. Where's the fantastic beige and Where to Find Them?
You know what's very funny? Like when I looked at the DVD disc or the DVD package or something like that, it was like all the 5 stars. Like, wow, it's so breathtaking.
Oh my God.
And simple. And then I really want to know what Empire gave it. Was it just 4 stars?
Yeah, it was 3 or 4 stars.
Anyway, I really want to see them get 5 stars because Empire's reviews are a bit all over the place sometimes. So they have like the weirdest reviews. Anyway, yes, thank you for listening for our fantastic review.
Woo! We did it.
Yeah, we did it. We found the pun. We found the best pun of this film.
John, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you for listening. We enjoyed talking about Fantastic Beasts, and we'll be talking about the other ones soon as well.
Yes. But before that, next week we're going to talk about Turning Red, Pixar's latest. And this has been long. If you're a long-time listener, if you've been a long-time listener, you'll know that this is one that John's looking forward to, aren't you, John?
No, I'm not, bro. Bro,
yeah,
just everyone just like have that flashback to like me just reacting to that picture of the film was going to be. I was laughing so hard. Like that was like the first time I laughed so hard in this entire podcast. Like
you were scared. You were scared.
I'm not scared.
Sure.
Anyway,
sure.
I'm not looking forward to seeing it. It's why
it might be good. Apparently it's quite good. So like Pixar, we all love Pixar.
It's quite good. Oh no, it's gonna be terrible. I'm gonna see what it's like. Yeah, hopefully not cry.
If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more. As you say, we'll be doing the Fantastic Beasts films and many things to be coming up. And and if you want to follow us anywhere, you can follow us at Instagram and Twitter at Alison Film Pod. And you can email us and tell us your thoughts on Fantastic Beasts or ask us any questions about Fantastic Beasts, anything in general at alsignfilmpod@gmail.com. And we'll answer it on the podcast. We'll do it right here where we're sitting right now. I don't know if we'll do it right here where we're sitting, but like anyway.
Yes. Stay safe. Things again depressing in the world right now, and especially that's what's happening in Ukraine. So stay safe and be good. Definitely.
So yeah, thank you for listening and take us out.
You okay, mate?
I don't know, I've been stuttering a lot today. My name's Chom. Thank you for listening. And Luke Skywalker is in Fantastic Beasts, I guess. Sure.
Wait, and Mark Wahlberg too. He's playing it as the massive hippo.
And Colin Firth, of course, as the villain. It's iconic, honestly. They got so many characters. Guys. It's beautiful.
Wow, so many characters, more characters than Avengers Endgame.
What?
Okay, take what you're giving.
Give nothing back.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.